Hi everyone, happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend and welcome to another episode of Beer and Watches. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the Chiyoda dual automatic watch winder from Amazon. And we're going to be answering that very important question, are watch winders bad for your automatic watch? All that's coming up in this episode. Right now, time's a ticking, so let's get stuck in. Hi everyone, I'm Matt Johnson and welcome to another episode of Beer and Watches. Now, if this is your first time here, please do subscribe to my channel, click on the bell button up there to the right of the search bar, and if you enjoy the video, give me a big thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. Now, all that being said, let's turn the camera around and take a look at a Chiyoda dual time watch winder. Let's go. Okay, here it is, the Chiyoda double watch winder, model number Winder 08. It's available on Amazon, comes in at about $80 Canadian, $46 US. Now, I couldn't find it on Amazon.co.uk. Other Chiyoda watch winders are certainly available on Amazon.co.uk. Now, before we get into the review of the watch winder, let's do a wrist check. Today, I'm wearing my 7 Friday limited edition Japan watch. Now, if you haven't seen the review of this, you can check it out right here on my channel, and this is one of my favorites. But that being said, let's get back to the review of the watch winder. First, let's discuss the case itself. Size-wise, it has a width here of about 7.5 inches. It has a depth of about 7.5 inches at its widest point because obviously it is a curved case. It has a height from top to bottom of about 9 inches. The finish on this is a black lacquer along with a camphor wood texture. Now, interestingly enough, camphor wood is a species of evergreen tree which is perfect for cabinetry and furniture. It's classed as a weed, not that kind of weed. Now, the curved window on here allows for a great view of your favorite watches inside and keeps the inside dust free. This also keeps your watches safe and scratch free when not being worn. Upon opening the front, which is acrylic and not glass, we are greeted with the soft carbon fiber finish interior. The two control dials here and plate are a stainless steel with a PVD gold finish. Now, both dials are numbered in black on the surrounding plate itself. The left dial here controls the winding direction and is capable of clockwise, counterclockwise, or bi-directional winding. And the dial on the right here controls the TPD, or turns per day. Now, this winder is capable of 1850 turns per day, 1250, 950, and 650 turns per day. Now, let's just turn this off for a second. The turning base here has a good smooth action. You can see that, and actually if we turn it on, you can see it working nice and smooth and completely silent, or I should say virtually silent, certainly silent when the door is closed. Now, the two soft pillows for the watches. The pillows are made of a foam filling with a washable outer material. This material can be wiped off with a damp cloth. They're very, very soft, and essentially you just close your watch and then feed the pillow inside. It goes lengthways like this, kind of scrunch it up a little bit, and then you push that into the little hole in the watch winder. You can get a little bit of overhang from the pillow, so you kind of have to feed that back in, but that's how the pillows on this watch winder work. Now, the bottom of the winder, if I can turn this over successfully here, you can see is a nice black felt, and it has screwed in rubber feet, and they're a very soft rubber, so it's certainly not going to scratch your table surface. Now, the finish on this watch winder from Chiyoda is exceptional and represents great value for money, and in my opinion, it's one of the best watch winders out there for its build quality and amazing value. I mean, if I bring this close up to the camera, you can see the black lacquer there, you can see the camphor wood design on the side, the velvet bottom and rubber feet, the gold little stopper here. It has the Chiyoda logo and it has a gold outer ring along with a gold piano hinge here at the top. Very, very nice, exceptional build quality. Now, the watch winder is compatible with pretty much all automatic watches. However, it's not compatible with the Seiko Kinetic watches, as the mechanism in Seiko Kinetic watches is not the same as a traditional automatic watch movement. The winder, as I showed you on the back, comes with a DC power supply cable, instructions, and it also comes with an 18-month manufacturer's warranty. Now, I've had this for quite some time, a couple of years, and it's still going strong, and I've had no problems with it whatsoever. And as you can hear, very, very quiet, almost completely silent, which is really, really nice. Now, finally, inside here, we'll just show you that one click up goes clockwise, one more click takes it anti-clockwise, and one more click will take it bi-directional. So it will rotate clockwise for a while, stop, and then rotate anti-clockwise for a while and stop. These different settings are used for different styles of automatic watches, and you should consult your watch manufacturer's instructions to see what they recommend for the watch wind and also for the turns per day. So now that we've seen the Chiyoda watch winder, let's answer that question: what are watch winders actually used for? Well, automatic watches are actually mechanical watches that have the addition of a rotor which is attached to the mechanism. The rotor, as I've mentioned in many of my previous videos, acts kind of like a pendulum on a clock. Essentially, when the wrist moves of the wearer, the rotor moves backwards and forwards, and that winds up the mechanism in the watch. So if you have an automatic watch, essentially, once you've done the initial wind, if you keep wearing the watch, that watch shouldn't need winding. Now, automatic watches have a power reserve, which is essentially like a battery, but it's not a battery. What it is basically the amount of power or wind that's left in the spring. So if a watch has a 40-hour power reserve, that means essentially that it will keep going for 40 hours once you take the watch off, or at least that's the theory. The idea is when you're wearing the watch, it will automatically wind itself from the movement of your wrist, but then when you take it off at night time, when you go to sleep, you put the watch on the bedside table and it will keep going for 40 hours, which means that when you wake up in the morning, you can put your watch back on, you don't need to wind it, and it will still keep ticking. But what happens if you take the watch off and don't wear it for the 40 hours, so for a couple of days? And that's where a watch winder comes in. Essentially, a watch winder winds the watch or moves the watch to mimic the action of movement of your wrist. And the watch winder does so many turns per day, or as it's known in the watch industry, TPD, and those turns per day will keep the watch moving to keep the automatic movement inside the watch wound when you're not wearing it. Now, there is a common misconception that watch winders are actually bad for automatic watches and that they ruin the mechanism in the watch, mainly for two reasons. Number one, people believe that they overwind the watch, and number two, people believe that there is magnetism of the watch from the motor and magnet inside the watch winder itself. Now, first of all, let's clear this up. A worn watch is better than a dormant watch. If you're wearing it and that rotor keeps moving, it's going to keep or help the lifespan of the watch. And a good quality watch winder will mimic this movement of the wearer's wrist, and that's the whole point of a watch winder. Generally, automatic watches these days can't be overwound, and that's one of the misconceptions of a watch winder, that it will overwind the watch. But automatic watches these days are fitted with a slip clutch, meaning that once you wind the watch to its full wind, the slip clutch kicks in, which stops the spring being wound anymore or overwound. Now, it is true that constant engagement of the slip clutch by overwinding the watch could affect the clutch itself. Now, most automatic watches these days require anywhere from 650 to 950 turns per day to ensure that the watch is optimally wound. Tongue twister. Now, there is nothing wrong with letting a fully serviced automatic watch wind itself down fully from time to time. In fact, it actually gives the automatic watch a rest, and we all need a rest once in a while. Think of it as an instrument of convenience. So if you haven't worn the watch for a while, you don't have to pick it up, wind it, reset it, and put it on before you wear the watch. It will simply come straight out of the watch winder, wound and ready to go. So generally speaking, a good quality watch winder is not bad for your watch, but the optimum word here is good quality. So don't go for a cheap watch winder. Make sure, if you're looking on Amazon, you look at all the reviews, make sure you take everything into account, and make sure that it's got different TPD or turns per day settings so that you can change the turns per day based on the manufacturer's advice for your particular watch. Now, I personally use watch winders quite a lot because, well, for a couple of reasons. First of all, being a professional magician, I travel the world a lot, and secondly, I'm a watch collector. So I have about 20 watches watches in my collection, and out of those 20 watches, about 6 or 7 are automatic watches. Now, obviously, when I'm traveling, I don't want to take all those watches with me and keep winding them every day. So a lot of my watches I leave at home. So therefore, I find watch winders very, very useful because they keep my watch wound while I'm away. And then when I come back, I don't have to spend all that time winding all my watches and resetting all my watches. Now, one last thing, there's a misconception that a watch winder will overwind your watch, and that is completely untrue. Essentially, what a watch winder is going to do is keep the watch wound at the level that it's already at. So there you have it, guys. That is what a watch winder is, and that is a look at the Chiyoda dual automatic watch winder available on Amazon. Now, I'll put links in the description below this video and you can check them out on there. Now, the main question here is, and I want to hear from you, do you agree or disagree with me that automatic watches are fine for your watch? Do you agree or disagree with that? Leave your comments in the comments section below. Now, before you go, guys, once again, if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button over here to the right of the screen. I release videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on my channel without fail on the latest beer news and watch reviews. Also, if you are subscribed, please don't forget to click on that bell button up there to the right of the search bar, because that will notify you then every time I release a new video. And that's really, really important when I do contest giveaways, because then you're the first person to get those contest giveaway videos. Finally, please do leave me a big thumbs up. It means the world to me, guys. And also, again, leave a comment in the comments section below. I love to hear from you all, and I reply to every single one of my comments. It takes me quite a while, but I do it because my channel grows because of every single one of you. Finally, before you go, don't forget, if you haven't seen the video, click on this video right here and click on the icon right here to subscribe. All the best, guys. We'll see you again on Wednesday. Bye for now.